Hello, Kelly here, Kelly's Soroka Life. And I tried this one time last week to make this video, and I made a whole long video and downloaded it and uploaded it to YouTube. And I was using a different app, and it did not record the sound, or it did not upload the sound at the same time. So I am here again doing this video over again. And it's just kind of a welcome back, a welcome to the channel. Welcome back. I took some time off because there was lots of things going on in my family and my household during May. My youngest son graduated from community college. We took a family trip to Japan. So it was the first time that I had traveled, and I think my whole family really had traveled overseas since before COVID. So it was something getting all the paperwork and all of that. And it was my husband and I and my two youngest kids. My oldest son is, I have three children, and my oldest son is in the Army. And so he was already overseas somewhere else. And so we took a trip. Just it was we always wanted to go to Japan, and my youngest son's really into anime and manga, and like gotten involved in the Japanese culture. And it was somewhere we just really wanted to travel. We spent several years on a horse farm, and we didn't do a lot of traveling. And so now we're trying to kind of do some traveling now. So anyway, that is why I took some time off. And but now I'm back. It's summer and things are kind of slowing down. And so I'm wanting to get back on this channel and really get back to doing what I really love, and getting back to doing some tarot, some astrology, some crystals, some magical things here. And this is going to go up the day before the summer solstice. And so I wanted to kind of, say happy summer solstice, and I'll have some more posts for you in the next couple of days about summer and summer solstice and the new moon in Cancer that's coming up next week as well. And that's when I'm going to kick off a kind of new series here. And so what I'm going to do is, when last year around the new moon in Capricorn is when I like to plan for the next year. It's still the year before, but it's getting ready. It's getting ready for those new cycles and getting ready for a new calendar year. And so it's a really good time to plan. So I did a lot of planning around that new moon in Capricorn many months ago. And I decided that I wanted this year to do more reading, more studies, more going deeper, really going deeper in the things that I have. And because I have a lot of tarot decks, I have a lot of crystals. I've been tarot certified, and I read professionally. I've been crystal certified in crystal healing. I've been Reiki master certified. I'm working on an astrology certification. And so more in-depth astrology certification. And so now I really want to bring that into the things that I'm doing online, and bring that to you all. And so we can share in these journeys together. And so the things that you have, we can go deeper with, and to just have that deeper focus. And so that's kind of what I planned for this year. So every new moon cycle, I picked four things to work on and to dive deeper into. And so those four things are a book, and a crystal, an herb, and because I'm getting into herbalism and, studying herbalism, of course, because that's another things that I can study and get good at. And let's see, a deck, a book, an herb, and a crystal. And so that's what I was getting to. So the four things were a deck that I already have, and that either that is one that I have and just haven't really worked with, or one that is like, I really don't remember this deck very well. I want to work with it again. And an herb, because I'm really learning more about herbs, and I'm making my own teas and I'm kind of learning more about how to use herbs and healing. And so that is something I wanted to get, dive deeper into and use and study for a month. And then a book, I have lots of books that I haven't read and I really want to read them. And so I just made a list of 12 books that I wanted to read and put them on a list, and along with crystals, 12 crystals that I wanted to work with, and just, have things that I have I have in my collection that I really want to find out more about and to really connect with the energy, because it's a lot of them are ones that I bought, and I bought it for maybe a specific purpose and never really used it for that, or I bought it and I bought it, with something else, and, just different reasons that I have different crystals in. And I just really wanted to focus in on those. And so that's what I've been doing these last several months since the beginning of the year, is doing these deep dive and studies. And I have lots of PDFs that I've made, and I'm making a kind of a hybrid scrapbook, book of shadows, with a lot of the information that I've done. And you can see this was for Capricorn. I did plantain and indigo gabbro. And so, and I have the book and the deck, and I don't remember what the book and the deck were for that cycle, but I have those in on large PDF. So I have like a PDF that has a book review. And so when I finish the book, then I write about it. So I have a review of it, and I have all of this on a nice little spreadsheet so that I can keep up with it as I'm working on it. And so the deck review, the same thing. I have a sheet. I have a kind of a preliminary deck review sheet that's just one page, so that I can just write about it and give my thoughts about it. But then I have a more in-depth deck review, so I do that as well. And when I'm getting towards the end of the month, when I've used the deck all that month, then I do a reading with it, and a few readings with it, and keep that as well. So I have all these kind of things in place, and I've been doing it for myself. And a lot of times I've gotten to the end of the book, and or a deck, or finished a month with a deck, or worked with an herb or a crystal, and I'm like, I really enjoyed this. This is a really good book. People need to know about it. And that would be the end of it. And I would just, write my review for myself, and then put the book back on my shelf. And it's really not, I don't want to, I want it to go farther. I want to share those things and go in depth as well. And so it's kind of doing that with the first, with Aries and Taurus, is kind of going deeper into some subjects. But I think that since I'm doing this already, that I can just share what I'm doing, and I'll let you know what is coming up, so that if it's something that you're interested in, that you want to do and to look at, then you can definitely do it and follow along with me. If not, you can do it with your own deck, with your own crystal, and have the PDFs for you to do that. And so you can download the PDF for each, the crystal, the one for the crystal, the one for, and you can use it for your book of shadows. And if you want to do something different, I'll leave some like blank space that you can fill in for something that you want to do, or some journal pages or something like that, so that you can do this along with it. And then the book review and the deck review will be there as well. So you can do your own book review, your own deck review. And because I'm sure that, some of the books and decks that we both work with, some I'm gonna really like, and maybe you not so much. So it's gonna be a little bit different, and so you can have your own space to do that. But it's a way to talk about it, and to hopefully to get some feedback, and to get some interaction with you, and when these things come up for you, and how you worked with it, because I'm always interested to hear how other people experience books and decks and crystals and herbs and things like that. So That's my plan. And so for the Cancer new moon cycle that's coming up, so I'm planning to have a new moon ceremony and a full moon ceremony and some kind of quarter moon check-ins. And then in between that, I'll be talking about the book as I go along because I'll have it kind of, paced out of how much I want to read and the deck and what the deck is and where you can get it if it I tried to pick things that were accessible. This one that I'm doing next month that I have on my list before I thought that I was going to do this online is one that I think is out of print that you can't get anymore, but there is a new version of it, and it's the Victorian Fairy Tarot. And here's the guidebook to it. So this is the deck that I'm doing in the Cancer New Moon cycle. And this one, a friend of mine had it and was downsizing her deck collection. And so I bought it from her, and I've always wanted to study with it. And it just so happens that a new version of it just came out. And I think it's the Victorian Fairy, and they spell it a little bit differently, but there is a newer version of it out. And so you can always, follow along and, always show decks and pictures and things like that and spreads and things that I do. So you can just follow along with another deck that you really want to work with. And the book that I'm reading is called Dark Goddess Craft by Stephanie Woodfield. And I'm going to be working with chickweed as the herb and howlite as I have some howlite here. So howlite as the crystal. So this is howlite. You can see it's hard to see on the camera, but you can see it's white and it's got these like really pretty dark colored inclusions in it. So this is howlite. So that's what I'm doing for the new moon in Cancer. So I'll have some information below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. You can always reach me. I'll put my Instagram on here, so you can always reach me there. And my Facebook, usually it appears in Facebook as well. So if you want to message me, you can do that as well. So I thought that I would leave you today with a card. Now, this is the deck that I've been studying for this Gemini cycle, and it's a very interesting one. I bought it because it's by the person who did the Shadowlands Tarot, which I really like. And she has the Shadowland Tarot and she has the Shadowland Lenormand. And so I bought it, but it's very different. It's very elemental. It's very, you can see it's very just interesting. It's based on drawings she did based on um, I want to show one that is, oh, here's one that is based on, these are like little dolls. And she used these little dolls that were found, I think she said they were found in a museum, and they were just dolls that somebody made and was selling. And for some reason, they ended up and not being used or sold. And so they ended up in a museum. And so she used them. And it's, it's a very interesting deck. It's very, like I said, very elemental. Like this one is the Six of Earth. It's very elemental, very animist, very environmental. So if you like that, and if you like things that are much more symbolic, then you might like this deck. But I just thought that with this one that I would pick, let's see if I can pick a card for you today, for all of us to go forward into this new summer solstice season. And some of them are I just want to make sure that's one that is appropriate for YouTube. And so here's one. Here's one. This is the Cosmos, and all the major arcana are renamed and all the court cards are renamed. So it's almost, I think now that I've been studying with it and using it, that I will probably use it as more of an oracle deck because it's very symbolic, it's very elemental, and I can see myself combining this with another deck, like a tarot deck that is more has more traditional associations and use this as more of an oracle deck. And it's got a great guidebook. The guidebook is excellent, and it has just lots of information on every card and good information about reading and how to do readings and how to use spirituality and how to be good to the environment and all that. So it's really good deck, and I'm glad, even though it's not one that I think that I would pick um, to use all the time. I'm glad that I did study it. So this 21. So this is the cosmos. So this is the world. And I think this is great. It's the snake person with the cosmic egg, and so it's all about transformation and taking in the things that you really want to give birth to, because the egg is that symbol of fertility, and the snake has always been a symbol of transformation, of letting go of things that no longer serve you. And so the cosmos is seeing that world and from a different point of view. And so I hope that something that you get from this channel is that you're seeing your magic and the things that you have around you from a different point of view. So that is it. So hopefully this video will work and we'll have sound. And if not, I'll just keep trying until we get it right. So again, thank you for being here, and join me, subscribe, join me so that as when the new moon comes, and you'll be ready for that new moon cycle that I'm going to be doing with the Cancer new moon, and we can join in and learn and dive deeper. And it's great because Cancer is a water sign, so you can really dive deep and get do some very emotional, very magical, very intuitive work of this cycle. And so that's what I'm hoping to share during this next moon cycle. So thank you, and subscribe, and I will put some notes for you down in the description so you'll know what's coming up and you can join me. So bye.